Sony State to Play ended up happening. I know this is a little too late, but I just wanted to give my thoughts. Sorry about that. And the thing is, I think the theme of this State to Play was shock and surprise, because I don't think anyone would have guessed half the stuff that was going to end up being shown on here. Now, I saw a lot of people complaining, and it was kind of stupid. The complaints were of, oh, lack of first party, of being shown at State to Play. Well, the thing is, guess what? Guess what? I got news for you, because Death Stranding 2 was not going to be there, because that was going to be at Summer Games Fest. Also, um, Ghost of Yotei, now we know, is going to have its own state of play in July. So really, was it even worth it to have a new trailer on for Ghost of Yotei if it's going to have its own dedicated state of play in July? Really, there was no point. And also, and there were, and for some reason, people stupidly say, "Oh, Wolverine should have been there." Well, correct me if I'm wrong. If I remember correctly, Insomniac Games was saying earlier this year, we got nothing to say about, we got nothing to say or nothing to show as far as Wolverine goes. So the thing is, don't expect any news this year. As far as I'm aware, I'm sure that's what ended up happening. I'm sure that was. So really, what did you really expect from Sony's first party? If anything, you need to blame Sony. You need to blame Sony for their lack of first party, because they were so low. They were so focused on their live service obsession, and their live service obsession ended up kicking them up the arse, and deservedly so as well. So, and and if you thought that marathon was going to be on there, yeah, think again. Then you're a complete idiot, especially after what we saw the reports on the fact that it didn't go down well, and it's most likely either going to be a cancelled, or b the or b they're just going to go back to the drawing board. And it wouldn't surprise me if they ended up cancelling it. Just, just get rid of it, because there's no point. And anyway, sorry about the long-winded thing. Anyway, I'm gonna get down to what actually matters. All right, surprise number one. Pragmata, never expected that to show up on here, and it was a great way to start it off. Right, so it resurfaces, and we got to see a glimpse of the gameplay, and it gives me the vibes of Vanquish, and I can't remember what else, but I can definitely see Vanquish in there. Comes out next year, so basically that's two big games Capcom have got coming out next year. If Resident Evil 9 is coming out next year, that's if it does. But if it doesn't come out, if Resident Evil 9 doesn't come out next year, then that's two. That's Onimusha, and that's Pragmata. Okay, next one. I don't know. Oh, Ninja Gaiden, Ragebound. This is incredible. I love the look. I love the look of this, and Shinobi as well. And now we finally got a release date for that, for the end of July, 31st of July. If you have not seen what this looks like, trust me, go out your way and have a look. Anyway, 31st of July, so great news there. What else? I'm just going. By the way, I'm not going to be going out over every announcement, because there was stuff on there that I just did not give a damn about. I'm only going over the stuff that I cared about. So just so you know. Oh, and this was an incredible surprise. And Suda 51 Grasshopper, their new game, Romeo is a dead man. I love the way how this started, because the thing is, I gotta say this: I have not played No More Heroes, so people in the comments were saying, "This is incredible." No More Heroes 3 basically foreshadowed this, but the way it started, the trailer was, I was like, what the fuck is this? This looks shit. Then out of nowhere, then out of nowhere, and then the trailer really kick started in, and I was like, damn, this looks so good. It's like, what a comeback for Grasshopper and Suda 51, and it's just like super stylish and overly violent, and that's what I want. Um, I'm so glad he's still doing stuff like this, and I like the fact that at the end it said coming out next year maybe, and then he went on to They went on to elaborate. It's because of the fact that they're waiting for the rock solid GTA 6 release date to come out. When that comes out, and then more games are going to end up coming up with concrete release dates, which I'm not even surprised about. But the thing is, for all we know, GTA 6 could end up having 3 delays. It might not end up coming out until 2027 or maybe 2028 for all we know. Um, but anyway, nonetheless, Romeo is a den man. Just looks incredible. Can't wait to play this. Um, okay, what else? Oh, and this one never expected this, and this one just I'm not annoyed about the announcement. I'm so annoyed by Harada, who said, or when fans are asking him, why don't you do a Tekken retro collection, whenever that's just the PS1 games, or it's a combination of the PS1 and PS2 games. No, but a retro collection, that's what people want as far as Tekken. And then he gave the most stupidest, dumbfounded answer where he said, "Oh, that's not what gamers want." He doesn't seem to understand that retro people love playing retro games. He doesn't seem to understand that, and then there's a strong fan base that wants to play this stuff. Anyway, another surprise number three: Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Damn, I never thought this would have ended up happening, but I'm so glad. But okay, the games that are going to be in there, all of them are going to end up having all the games will end up having online play, robot netcode, and it will have a digital documentary featuring behind the scenes footage, and as many versions of the classics as the teams could get their hands on. All right, so here we go. Mortal Kombat 1, the arcade version, SNES, Genesis, Game Boy, and Game Gear. Mortal Kombat 2, arcade, SNES, Genesis, Game Boy, and 32X. Mortal Kombat 3, arcade, SNES, and Genesis. Mortal Kombat 3, okay, there's a version of that missing, and that's the PS1 version. I don't know why they could not get the PS1 version. That makes no sense. They should have been able to get the PS1 version. That should have been a slam dunk to get that one. Um, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, um, right, arcade and SNES. One version is missing from this, and that's the Sega Saturn version. I don't know if they could get their hands on it, but they never explained on why they couldn't get their hands on it. I assumed that they couldn't get their hands on it, but yeah, the Saturn version of Ultimate Mortal Kombat's missing from that, and as far as I'm concerned, that's the superior version. And was there a version of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 that officially came out for Genesis? I'm sure it did. I could be wrong. Anyway, Mortal Kombat 4 arcade, no N64 version, because obviously it came out for N64, and I think it came out for PS1 as well, and that's another version of Mortal Kombat 4 that's not on here. Anyway, Mortal Kombat Advance, Game Boy Advance, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, and Game Boy Advance. I don't know why the PS2 and the GameCube versions were not on here. Or did it only come out for PS2? Let me know in the comments. Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition, Game Boy Advance. I will say this: for the most part, the collection is really good. I'm not gonna shit on the amount that they got. It's just that there was just like a couple of them which didn't have. I'll say a few of them where versions were missing, but for the most part, this does look really good. And they also said that the fact that all the secrets will be unlocked, the infamous blood code for Mortal Kombat 1 on the Genesis it'll already be on there. So great news. And apparently I heard that there was going to be like dev mode menus on there, so you can play the game in the way that you want to, as far as difficulty or whatever, or in-game cheats. I hope that stuff is on there, but the thing is, I heard somewhere that I read somewhere that was going to end up happening, and obviously the usual packed with artwork, design and design documents, and obviously much more. So yeah, that's coming out this year. No rock solid release date. Obviously coming out for PS4, PS and PS5, and it's coming out for Switch One and Switch Two, if I remember correctly. Okay. Next one. Um, Silent Hill F. This looks incredible. I gotta say, I really like this, and I like the fact that they brought from tradition, and obviously now it's gonna be set in Japan. This looks seriously good, and it's gonna come out in September, so not much of a long wait there. So definitely getting that. Um, Oh, and another surprise number four, um, Neo 3. No, I never thought that they would have been working on a Neo 3, but apparently this whole time they were working on a Neo 3, and obviously the demo is out right now, and it's out for 2 weeks. So obviously if you want to try it out, you can try it out. But yeah, and also and also the final thing I'm gonna go over. No, there's another one um on the PlayStation Premium thing um subscription. Um, Deus Ex, the very first Deus Ex is gonna be in there. I think it's called The Conspiracy. I think it was the one that came out on PS2 and PC. That's going to be coming on PS Plus. I'm going to be getting that because I definitely want to play that one. I hope there's trophy support, but obviously Resident Evil 2 or 3 is coming out as well. I think those are coming out next year, and I think alongside Deus Ex as well. Um, and now the final one. This is also a shocker as well. The Guilty Gear devs is making their own Marvel fighting game for PS5. It's called Token Fighting Souls. Um, I tell you the one I like the fact that the characters have that Japanese anime look to them, especially Iron Man. I love the look on Iron Man because Iron Man, while you can see that he's Iron Man, you can tell that he's had a makeover and he does look like he's from a Japanese anime. And I like the fact that the look on the characters arc system works, put their own spin on it. This does look seriously good though. And I mean, look how good. Look what they did with Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and I mean that was such a good fighting game. So, I tell you, so obviously when it comes to Arc System Works, obviously no one's going to say they don't know how to do a fighting game because they clearly do. It clearly makes me wonder: is Marvel vs. Capcom 4 going to end up happening? Deep down, I think it will end up happening, but I wonder what it's gonna be like. I hope that they don't do what they did before, have like the Marvel Cinematic Universe characters in there, because you don't need to do that shit again. Because to me, that was a big part of the reason why it failed. Honestly, in my opinion, anyway. Anyway, I will say this. So my thoughts on it. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10, 7 or 8 out of 10 as far as this state of play, as far as stuff that they're shown that was seriously good, because for the most part the stuff that they showed was seriously good. Oh, I just thought of something. Another one that I missed, a big surprise as well. First Light 007 First Light, um, that was shown, and I really like the fact that they, instead of doing it the world like with Hitman, where it's open world and you play it how you want to play, I like the fact that this is more so narrative focused, and it's not as open world. And because you can clearly tell from the trailer, this seriously looks good, and I think that's coming out next year as well. So that's definitely a game I'm going to be looking forward to. Yeah. So yeah, on the whole, a 7 or an 8 out of 10. definitely. But the thing is, all these people complaining that all lack of first party support. You know what? Blame your precious PlayStation. It was their fault. They caused all of this, and it shouldn't be a surprise. Because the thing is, as far as first party, like I said, it was only Death Stranding 2 and Ghost of Yote, and Death Stranding 2 was not going to be at state to play. That was already said. And also, Ghost of Yote was announced on the show that it's going to have its own state to play. So, really, did they need to be there? Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you could follow me on X and Rumble, and on my own Patreon and Coffee as well. And let me know in the comments of what you thought about Sony State to Play. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.